Hey there! In this video I'm going to take a look at the step editing menu, which is useful, powerful and really cool. And it does a lot of things in a very limited screen space. I'll give an overview of the menu that appears when you press a step in a tone track and go over some of the possibilities you have. The concepts I talk about today are substeps, note editing a single step, setting up motion parameters and using the motion designer. In the background you already hear the 4-bar loop that I'm going to work on today. It's a simple drum and bass tone, and this time around I went for a sound that is not too obnoxious to edit and change around as the one was in the last video on tone editing, which was rightfully compared to an annoying mosquito about to be zapped. So for this tone I'm going for agreeable, non-offending bass sound. Let's get an overview of where we are. So the clip view shows that there are only two clips playing at the moment. The drum and the bass. The drum is on a 2-bar loop. So you see 2 bars, and the bass actually has 4 bars. Then there is a secret track, simple pads, and those are it's just 1 bar. So nothing spectacular. When I go to the bass sound or to the bass clip and I press a step, then you see that we are inside the step edit menu. And what you see is the following. You have the event, which is the note C2. I can change that and wait up until it's played. So there it is. I'm actually going to shorten this so the effects are more apparent, and for that I just click funk and then 1 measure to the left, and now it's only 2 bars as well. So we've got the note event, we've got the velocity, which is really helpful if you want to play with dynamics. Then you can change the start, which really pushes a note to the left or the right, like that. Which is really cool. And if you use it in a more subtle way, you can simulate swing. And then we've got the length, and yeah, that I think is quite self-explanatory. Okay, so and then we can use the cursor and step to the right again, and then we've got the event again, and we see a substep. And substeps are really cool. So the grid is a 16th note grid, and with the substeps you can get even deeper inside that. So if we use substep, so then you've got 32s, or you can make it even more aggressive, even more, and even more. Right, now we've got it set on a flam, and if we go here, then you see the bits and bobs that belong to the motion designer. Okay, so let's go into the pad track. I will just select a step, and you see that this step has 4 notes on it. And it creates a C minor chord, and most of my stuff is in C minor because I just like that. And just one fun thing here is that when you press funk and 1 encoder, so like that, then you can change the values for all notes at the same time, which is obviously really handy. Okay. Let's put in some more substeps. So we've got a substep. We've got a substep here. Let's put another one here. Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes it makes sense to turn the velocity down for a substep because it sort of sonically adds to each other, even though the notes don't play at the same time, but it still does. And maybe here. Okay, cool. I really like that. Okay, cool. So we're done with substepping. Here you see the virtual representations of these encoders, and this one was added in a firmware update sometime in the past. So I used to think that filter, mod and effects meant something like filter, mod and effect, but it does not. It just means whatever you want. So let's see. Press knob assign and and then you can really play around. You can say, well, for the first filter, which is this one here, we want to set it to cutoff. That's pretty common to do it. That might be something that's useful for maybe resonance. Should be, yeah, there. Then we can, I don't think reverb makes much sense. We do pitch bend simply because it's easy to hear. Okay, now you have created the parameters for these encoders, and they are different for each and every track. So if we go to that track, to that track, to that track, you see that you can have a different set of encoders for each track. But they're only for the tracks, keep that in mind. You can't have these encoders set for a clip or for each clip, right? So let's see. Okay, so simple enough really, and I think that is what we all know about this. Let's go a bit more deep. Press that step again. If you want to record the motion, then you can simply press rec and then Okay, so yeah, that sounds troubling. So I want to delete all of that, and then I simply press Shift and erase, and then I've erased all that motion, which is a good idea, so it's all set to off. But we can do more, and really more. So if you press Funk here, then you get into this utility menu. Now what I did is I pressed knob assign, and then I removed the assignments for these encoders and for these encoders. And I only left the attack in order to show my point more clearly. So pressing the step again. When you press Funk, then you get into this utility menu. And what you see here is that you can change waveforms. And you can change how long one step of this waveform is. So here we have 8 divisions. And when I press enter, you see that this motion was translated into individual steps. And let's play with the values here. Okay. So, and you see that we have that the sine wave moves from a peak to a valley, and then it returns to the clear beat at the same time. Well, for each beat then. And you can really have lots of fun with this. Let's set a different effect. Okay, so what this shows is that when you use, for example, octave shift, which is really obvious to hear, and you go back to the step edit menu. Now, you see how much of a difference these values make. Let's go here and maybe use. Okay, so, and this is why some people say that this motion designer is actually one way of creating a sidechain effect. Really, because if you use attack here and you have compressors again later, so the compressor attack, then you get this sort of rhythm, this sort of beat that is part of a sidechain compression, really. Let's assign something to this. Oh yeah, let's do pan. And let's see what we can do here. Let's not do that. Okay. Okay. Right, and I can't remember from the top of my head who told me that I sound like an annoying mosquito, so there you go. I think I really proved your point. So yeah, let's use cutoff here. And last thing to show, if you press the encoder and then press down here and then you press funk, then what you change here is set to that encoder. So if we go back to filter and press funk, now we change the filter values, and what we can do is make this so drastically less infuriating. So you see here, this is just the motion really went away. And if we unassign this, nothing much has changed at all. So we're still mainly working on the cutoff. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for listening, and I hope there was something interesting in here for you. I'm sorry that I was so late in the week. I wanted to push this video on Friday or Saturday, but then I got ill, and yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.